Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're cooking the best brisket on the YS640. You are gonna love it.
All right, guys, let's get some coffee. We're gonna hit the Keurig, try to get a game plan together for this brisket.
Everyone's scared of a Packer brisket. They're big, there's a lot of fat on it, it's got the point, it's got the flat. You just have to get in there and start trimming.
So we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna separate it. And the reason we're gonna do that is because we don't wanna spend all day cooking this brisket. So we're gonna take the flat and slowly push it back, and we're just gonna peel this thing back until we can see the burn ends. As soon as you feel like you've got a good feel for it, cut it off.
Once that point is cut off, you just want to get in there and trim off all this fat. The point has enough fat on it, it's all gonna render, it'll be great. Some of this stuff doesn't render. You just want to go through, shape it, and cut it all off. You don't need it.
Okay, point looks good. It's time to get this flat shaped up, get the silver skin off of it. You know, let's make it look real nice, ready to cook.
A lot of people use mustard for a binder. We're using olive oil.
Okay, so now it's time to get your favorite rub out, and brisket can take a lot, so don't be afraid to really lay it on.
So it looks like we're using a lot of rubs. The 4 rubs we're putting on this is we start off with blue sog. Put it all over, that stuff turns into gravy. I don't know what they do to it. It's amazing. It's called Bold and Beefy. Next, we came in with Cosmo's Dirty Bird Hot, followed by Clark Crew's Jacked Up Brisket. It's new on the market. It is spicy. It's good. Go light on it. And then right on top of it, we went Cosmo's Texas Beef. It's just your salt, pepper, garlic, standard AP, real light on top of it. Briskets can take a lot of rub.
We're gonna let them sweat out a little bit. This is really important. If you want good bark, you have to let the rub have a chance to get into the meat a little bit. So you'll see it looks shiny, it's soaked in, it's ready to go. Now it's time to go fire up the Yoder and get this going.
All right, uncovering the Yoder.
One of my favorite smokers of all times. It's a tank. So consistent, the product, it turns out.
With every smoker, there's a little bit of maintenance. You want to get the diffuser plate with the trapdoor on the Yoder YS640. Here's why. You take off that little door, you have to clean out the fire pot each time. I just take it, I just scoop it out, leave it at the bottom. Once a month, I'll go in and vacuum it all out. Some people try to get away with not doing this. They end up with fires, their hopper catches on fire, they end up with trouble. Clean it out.
Okay, we're gonna get this thing up to about 275. Sometimes this is referred to as hot and fast. Anything close to 300, you're gonna be able to get your brisket done in 5 to 6 hours. We're going to fill up the hopper. We're going to load it up. I know I said this was hot and fast, but it's still going to be 5 to 6 hours, so we want to keep an eye on it. We've got the Fireboard 2. It lets us put a probe into both of the meats. That way we know what's going on, we know where it's at, and we can really track along with the cook, but we don't have to babysit it. So we're not being paid anything by Fireboard, but they make a great product. Check them out.
So what we did with our brisket, we're cooking to color. We're looking at it. It's a beautiful mahogany color. What we didn't do is just wait till it hits 160. This one happens to be around 160. That's where you're going to hit the stall. Most important, when you open it up and look at it, just make sure it looks good. That's it. If you look at this one, the rub's not flaking off. You have a little bit of juice around there. It looks good. The color's perfect. It's ready to be wrapped. We're taking the brisket, we're wrapping it in foil. Some people use butcher paper. If you have a lot of fat on your brisket, you can go butcher paper. We're going foil.
So it's important to add some liquid. You could go with beef broth. You can even go with a consomme. It comes in a can. Or you could go with a better than bouillon. It's like a beef base. You just mix it with water. The most important thing is just get something in there. If you don't have anything, just add water. It's been about 5 hours. Grab the Thermopin, see where it's at. We were really lucky. It was already done. I think it hit 208 at this point. Just cook to temperature a little bit, but also cook to feel. This thing had little to no resistance when I put the probe in. I knew it was ready to go. Honestly, the burn ends, they were a tiny bit over. I think they got a little dark on us, but the flavor was spot on.
When you're cutting burn ends, 1-inch cubes. That's what we're looking for.
Time to trim the flat. I always flip it over. It preserves the bark a little bit, and it helps get a good idea how much fat's on the back, and then you can get rid of it. Pencil thin slices. This thing, perfect texture, great pull to it. It had good bend. It was perfect. Okay, we're not ready to eat this thing, so I'm going to put it back in the wrap, let it chill in all that delicious flavor that beef broth created, and let it hang out for a little bit. The beauty of doing this is that it'll reabsorb some of those juices. It's not going to take all of it, but it's just going to add more flavor.
Finishing touch. We're using Blues Hog barbecue sauce. Love this stuff. It's sweet, it's thick, it's perfect for brisket.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And please leave some comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Take care, everyone.